Lions of Lydia is probably my favorite game of 2020 so far, and I'm putting it on my game shelf right in between Century Spice Edition and Tiny Towns. So the reason why I feel like it's my favorite so far of 2020 is the fact that it's one of those types of games that are really simple to learn and have a good amount of strategy. And so the main reasons why I put this game in between Tiny Towns and Century Spice Road is I feel like it's kind of a blend. If this is like a gradient of games that I have, I feel like there's that engine building sense of Century Spice Road there. In that game, you're building your hand of cards, and eventually once you have enough engine pieces, you start getting the payoff of buying the point cards. When I play that game, it kind of feels like I'm walking through mud sometimes, where it's just like I really want to see a lot happen each turn, and I want to really move forward with my engine to get that big payoff, but it feels like sometimes that's there where I'm really seeing things move, but it feels so limiting per turn. Whereas in Lions of Lydia, I feel like I get the really great sense that my engine is churning and I'm seeing things happen. I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff, I'm producing a whole bunch of stuff, I'm getting a bunch of cards, flipping them over, getting a bunch of points. So I'll show that. But then the other side of it, like Tiny Towns, it kind of fits in that range of less than an hour, lots of great little pieces playing, and super simple to teach, where I might pick this instead of Tiny Towns or Quacks of Quedlinburg or Azul, all very different games, of course, but they kind of fit in that less than an hour, around 4 or more players, that is simple to teach, less than 10 minutes, and can really get people excited to play the game again. So let me dive in, I'll show you why. And since this copy was sent to me, I got a nice coin from the deluxe edition on the Kickstarter. So that's a prototype. All right, I got it set up for 2 players here. And so I'm gonna show the general concepts, and then you can decide for yourself what you think of the game and the idea of it. In this game, you're making 2 decisions every turn. And you start by drawing a random meeple from your bag. You begin with red, blue, yellow, and green. So I pulled a red. Now I have a choice between 2 options. I can gain resources, or I can build my engine / buy points. Those are the 2 things I could do. And the way to start in any engine building game, build your resources. So how do we do that? We take the meeple we got, the red, and place it at one of the 4 gates. Now let's say I place it at the red gate. I get a red and a yellow. Red and yellow. There we go, got 2 resources. My turn's over, but you always have to have 4 in your bag, so I'll go over here and decide which one I want. I'll take green, because I have this engine card already that was randomly given to me. It says if I place a green meeple out of green, then I get an extra green resource. And you can see that this idea of getting an extra resource when I complete this action, you can see why these become interesting to buy. These gray cards are generally engine building cards. And so if we zoom in here, you can see that each of them have similar criteria. This one's place a green at a green or a red, a gold at a yellow or a red to get a coin, and all these other ones have similar requirements and payoffs. And to get to the point where we can buy this, you need these resources at the top. There's also bonus resources. It doubles what you get for completing the same action as before. And it also doubles the amount of points you get. So engine cards give you more resources, but they also give you points as well. So next person to go, red meeple. Well, that's part of my engine building card over here. If I place a red at a red gate, I get an extra red. So I go through, and every time you place a meeple at a gate, doesn't matter what the color is. I could be putting this as the blue. I always get 1 of each resource per meeple at the gate. So I got red, red, yellow, red, red, yellow. I completed this as well, so I get another red. And then because there's two the same, it goes into the middle. Ooh, interesting. There's a maximum to the amount you can get. Maybe I'll take another red because I like that I got that. Well, maybe I'll take a blue actually, because it needs more blue. Now let's say the game has progressed a bit. So I'll go over here. The interesting thing is there's this column on the right that shows 6 with a column piece and a card flip over mechanic. As you're building up your resources, it's not just building resources with no extra gain. If you get to the maximum amount of resources, which is 6, you get a bonus. You slide this gray piece along the bottom track, which allows you to have not just 3 engine cards, but 5 engine cards. Later you get 8 with 2 coins, any amount with 3 coins immediately. And beyond that, you start getting points. So I place that there. The gold meeple goes to the center. And I get to flip over any one of my engine cards that hasn't been flipped over yet, doubling its effect. So you can see that now, seeing this, you want to optimize how much you're spending and gaining, because you can't gain more than 6. But if you gain 6 exactly, you get rewarded. So let's say the game has progressed a bit and I want to buy something. Instead of placing a meeple at a gate, I place the meeple at the fountain in the center. And so now I can spend my resources to buy the cards. Typically I'm looking at gray and gold cards in the beginning because the purple cards require coins to buy and they're victory point conditions. And you can think of them as purple cards in 7 Wonders if you played that, where you get bonus points based on meeting certain conditions of having lots of red. For any cards you have, you get 1 point. For any blue, you have 1 point. That kind of thing. So I'm gonna buy this, which costs yellow, yellow. If I want to flip it over immediately, I just pay yellow, yellow again to double its effect, but I'm not going to. I'll buy this one, red, red, blue. I will buy this gold one, placing gold in the center. Yellow, red, and anything. Now, I have a little bit of an engine going where everything I place, so green, yellow, red, or gold, gives me something extra. Now, if I had 3 that gave me extras for placing a green at a gate that's the same, then I'm getting more and more extras. And this is the beauty of the game. You're building up your pool of cards that are getting you more resources, so building your engine. The points themselves, they're really simple to understand and to know like what makes it powerful. You flip it over, you get double of everything that you would before for the same price. And even gathering resources has its own little strategy behind it of trying to max out and optimize so that you can move along the little bonus track and get more. So this game now sits on my shelf between Tiny Towns and Century Spice Road because like in Century, you're building this engine and you have these point cards you're going after and you're trying to optimize. Like Tiny Towns, it fits that category of games that take about 5 to 10 minutes to teach, lasts less than an hour, great for 4 players, that I could see myself playing over and over again. So those are the main reasons why I like this game. So that's Lions of Lydia.